Across the endless plains, dense forests, and icy tundras of our planet, a relentless and intricate drama unfolds every moment. This is a world untouched by mercy, where every sunrise brings new challenges and every sunset marks the survival of only the most cunning, resilient, and adaptable. Governed by ancient, unyielding laws, this realm is shaped by the primal urge to survive. Here, every creature is both hunter and hunted, and every day is a test of wit, strength, and endurance. In the sprawling savannas, herds of antelope graze with vigilant eyes, always alert to the faintest rustle in the grass. In the dense jungles, shadows conceal both predator and prey, each moving with calculated precision. On the frozen tundras, survival means braving the biting cold and finding sustenance in a land of scarcity. The battles fought here are not born of hatred but of necessity. Every confrontation is a matter of life and death, a contest of skill, patience, and sometimes sheer luck. Waterholes become arenas of tension, where herds jostle for position and predators lurk in the shadows waiting for the weakest to falter. Food is a prize won through relentless pursuit, clever ambush, or the ability to outlast rivals in times of famine. The struggle extends beyond mere survival. During the mating season, elaborate displays and fierce battles erupt as animals vie for the right to pass on their genes. The vibrant plumage of birds, the thunderous clashes of antlers, and the intricate dances of insects all serve a single purpose: to ensure the continuation of their lineage. This is the essence of survival of the fittest. Every adaptation, from the cheetah's explosive speed to the tortoise's impenetrable shell, is a product of countless generations of struggle and innovation. Confrontations are often breathtakingly fierce and astonishingly complex. A pride of lions coordinate silently, using the cover of darkness and the wind to mask their approach. A herd of wildebeest forms a defensive wall, protecting their young from prowling hyenas. Each move is calculated, every decision a gamble with survival as the stakes. The thunderous clash of elephant bulls echoes across the plains, their immense strength and determination on full display as they battle for dominance and the right to lead. In the undergrowth, a praying mantis waits motionless, its body perfectly camouflaged. With lightning speed, it strikes, seizing its prey in a deadly embrace. Each encounter is a high-stakes contest, where the outcome can mean the difference between life and death, dominance and exile, or the chance to breed and the certainty of extinction. These showdowns are not random acts of violence, they are pivotal moments that shape the destinies of individuals, the structure of social groups, and the balance of entire ecosystems. Every battle, every chase, every standoff reveals the raw, unfiltered reality of the natural world, a world where only the most resourceful survive. Each species has evolved a unique arsenal of strategies and adaptations. The octopus, master of disguise, vanishes in a cloud of ink. The archerfish spits jets of water to knock insects from overhanging branches. The antelope relies on zigzagging sprints to evade swift predators. The lion's roar reverberates across the savannah, a display of power that warns rivals and rallies allies. Its muscular build and sharp claws are the tools of a born hunter. The leopard, a master of stealth, moves like a shadow through the tall grass, its spotted coat blending seamlessly with the dappled light. It climbs with silent agility, striking from above with lethal precision. The rhino's thick armored hide and formidable horn are shields against attack, forged by millennia of conflict with predators and rivals alike. Every battle is a crucible, testing the limits of these adaptations. The victor claims territory, food, or the right to mate, while the defeated must adapt or perish. Intelligence and cunning are as vital as strength. Chimpanzees fashion tools to extract insects, wolves coordinate in packs to outmaneuver prey, and elephants use memory and empathy to guide their herds through perilous migrations. In the world of strategy, An older stag may outwit a younger, stronger rival, using experience to anticipate every move and turn the tide of battle. Even the smallest creatures can tip the balance. A troop of baboons, united in purpose, can drive away a much larger predator, proving that unity and courage can overcome brute force. Each confrontation is a spectacle of nature's ingenuity, a living testament to the endless arms race between predator and prey, strength and strategy, adaptation and environment. Over countless generations, these struggles have driven the evolution of new forms, behaviors, and tactics, shaping the incredible diversity of life we see today. The ferocity and drama of these encounters are not chaos, but the very mechanisms that maintain balance in the wild. Predators cull the weak, herds defend the strong, and every interaction ripples through the ecosystem. Only the strongest, healthiest, and most adaptable individuals rise to lead, reproduce, and shape the destiny of their kind, ensuring that each generation is better equipped for the challenges ahead. This is nature's eternal contest, a brutal, beautiful, and efficient system. It is a timeless dance of conflict and adaptation, a saga written in tooth and claw, fur and feather that has played out since the dawn of life, echoing the relentless power and wonder of the wild. In the heart of the sun-scorched Kalahari desert, a pride of lions lies sprawled beneath the sparse shade of thorn trees, their tawny bodies blending with the golden sand. The air shimmers with heat, and the only sounds are the distant calls of jackals and the soft panting of the pride. The pride is a tightly knit family, with lionesses grooming their cubs and keeping a watchful eye on the horizon. The cubs tumble and play, unaware of the tension simmering beneath the surface. Two dominant males, brothers by blood, have long ruled this pride. Their presence is commanding, each step measured, each glance a silent assertion of power. As dusk falls, the brothers patrol the boundaries of their territory, their roars rolling across the desert, warning intruders and reassuring the pride. The sound vibrates through the sand, a living pulse of authority. For years these brothers have hunted together, defended their family, and shared the spoils of their domain. But beneath the surface, a silent rivalry has begun to grow. Subtle signs emerge. One brother lingers longer over a kill, blocks the other's path to a lioness, or stands just a little taller during their patrols. The pride senses the shift, their movements more cautious, their eyes flicking between the two males. The tension builds with each passing day. The challenger's eyes burn with ambition, his body language stiff and alert. He circles, his brother tail twitching, ears pinned back, a silent challenge issued in the language of lions. One evening, as the pride settles in the cooling sand, the challenger makes his move. He approaches his brother, muscles rippling beneath his coat, every step deliberate and heavy with intent. The air crackles with anticipation. The brothers lock eyes, and in a heartbeat, the challenger lunges, teeth bared, claws unsheathed. The pride scatters, cubs yowling, lionesses watching with wide, anxious eyes. The battle is explosive. Sand flies as the lions collide, their roars echoing off the distant dunes. They grapple, muscles straining, each seeking to overpower the other in a primal contest of strength and will. The fight is not just physical, it is a test of resolve. The challenger's attacks are relentless, fueled by years of suppressed ambition. The defender, caught off guard, fights back with desperate ferocity. Dust swirls around them as the challenger pins his brother, jaws clamping down on his muzzle, a gesture of dominance that signals the turning point of the battle. The bite is both symbolic and devastating. The defender's struggles weaken, his body trembling with exhaustion and betrayal. Blood stains the sand as the defeated brother, wounded and shocked, makes a final, futile attempt to break free. The pride watches in tense silence, the outcome now inevitable. At last the challenger stands over his fallen sibling, chest heaving, mane bristling with victory. The defeated lion lies motionless, his spirit broken. As dawn breaks, the vanquished brother limps away from the pride, each step heavy with pain and loss. The desert stretches before him, vast and unforgiving. Alone, he faces the harsh realities of exile, scarce water, dangerous rivals, and the ever-present threat of starvation. His future is uncertain, his past a memory fading in the heat. Back at the pride, the new king asserts his dominance. He strides among the lionesses and cubs, his posture confident, his authority unquestioned. The pride slowly returns to its routines, the memory of the battle lingering in the air. Such betrayals are woven into the fabric of lion society. The struggle for dominance is relentless, and every pride carries the scars of past conflicts. In the Kalahari, survival is a daily battle, and the drive to secure one's legacy can shatter even the closest bonds. The desert remembers every roar, every betrayal, every victory, and as the new king roars into the dawn, his voice carries a warning across the sands, a reminder that in this wild kingdom, power is always contested, and the story of betrayal is never truly over. Across the endless African plains, the struggle for survival is a constant, silent war waged by the continent's most cunning predators. Here, every move is calculated, every opportunity seized or lost in the blink of an eye. A solitary spotted hyena, a master of endurance and adaptability, has claimed a warthog carcass. In the absence of a pack, this hyena relies on its keen senses and relentless determination to secure a meal. The hyena's robust build and powerful muscles make it a formidable force. Standing 2.5 feet at the shoulder and weighing up to 130 pounds, it is both predator and opportunist. Its most lethal weapon is its jaw, capable of shattering the thickest bones, extracting every last morsel of nutrition from a kill. This efficiency leaves little for other scavengers, as the hyena consumes nearly every part of the carcass, ensuring nothing goes to waste in this competitive ecosystem. Concealed in the tall grass, a leopard observes. Its golden coat blends seamlessly with the dappled light, making it nearly invisible to all but the most vigilant eyes. The leopard's senses are extraordinary, hearing 5 times sharper and vision 7 times keener than most creatures on the plains. Every muscle is tensed, every movement measured. With unmatched stealth, the leopard can approach prey or rival unnoticed, its padded paws gliding silently over the earth, its body low and poised for action. Spotting the hyena with its prize, the leopard calculates the risk and reward. The carcass is a tempting opportunity, but the hyena's strength cannot be underestimated. The leopard makes its move, attempting to seize the kill. The hyena, emboldened by hunger and possession, responds with aggression, snarling, lunging, and forcing the leopard to withdraw. The leopard retreats, not out of fear, but out of strategy. It waits, watching from the shadows, its mind working through the possibilities. The hyena, convinced it has triumphed, devours the carcass with abandon. Its focus narrows to the meal, the world around it fading into the background. Driven by an insatiable appetite, the hyena consumes up to 40 pounds in a single sitting. Its stomach, highly acidic, digests bone and sinew with ease. But this feast comes at a price. The hyena, now bloated and sluggish, loses its edge, its movements slow, its senses dulled by fullness. The leopard, ever patient, recognizes this vulnerability. It has waited for the perfect moment, using its intelligence to exploit the hyena's temporary weakness. Now, with the hyena at a disadvantage, the leopard emerges from the shadows, its intent clear and its movements swift. The leopard approaches the kill site with confidence, its agility and alertness giving it the upper hand. The hyena, weighed down and slow, cannot compete. The leopard's speed and precision force the hyena to abandon the remains. With a display of raw strength, the leopard drags the carcass up into the branches of a nearby tree, out of reach of any ground-bound rival. This behavior is a hallmark of the leopard's survival strategy, hoisting prey into the safety of the treetops, where only it can feast, undisturbed. Below, the hyena gazes upward, outmaneuvered and outwitted. In this encounter, patience, intelligence, and adaptability have determined the victor, an eternal lesson in the delicate balance of the African ecosystem, where every action ripples through the web of life. As autumn sweeps across the Scottish Highlands, the landscape is transformed into a breathtaking tapestry of gold and amber. The crisp air carries the scent of damp earth and fallen leaves, and a gentle mist lingers over the rolling hills and ancient forests. In this wild, untamed setting, a dramatic annual spectacle unfolds: the red deer rut. As dawn breaks, herds of red deer emerge from the mist, their silhouettes moving silently through the bracken and heather. The rut marks the breeding season for these magnificent animals. Stags, with their muscular frames and imposing antlers, gather their harems of hinds, while younger males linger at the edges, waiting for a chance to challenge the dominant males. Fierce battles erupt as stags clash antlers in displays of raw power and determination. The sound of antlers striking echoes through the valleys, a testament to the intensity of their struggle. The victor earns the right to mate with a harem of females, ensuring his genes are passed on to the next generation. For the hinds, the strongest stag offers the best chance of healthy offspring. The cycle of life continues as fawns from previous seasons graze nearby, watched over by their mothers. These young deer observe the rituals of the rut, learning the ways of their kind. The air is alive with the guttural roars of stags, their calls rolling across the moors. Each bellow is both a challenge to rivals and a declaration of strength to the hinds. These primal calls set the stage for confrontations, as stags size each other up, their breath steaming in the cold morning air. Dominant stags display their power with proud postures, heads held high, antlers gleaming in the pale sunlight. Their every movement is watched by rivals and hinds alike. These stags are in peak physical condition, their bodies honed by months of feeding and preparation for this very moment. In the shifting mists, a royal stag emerges, a 7-year-old in the prime of his life, his presence commanding respect from all who see him. He stands guard over his territory and harem, his antlers a formidable crown with 12 sharp points, each one a symbol of battles won and seasons survived. Vigilant and unyielding, he patrols the boundaries of his domain, ever watchful for challengers. His antlers, sharp and imposing, are both weapon and warning, a clear message to any rival who dares approach. With every display, he asserts his dominance, his fighting stance a challenge to all. Throughout the day, he chases away younger, less experienced stags, their ambitions quickly quashed by his strength and aggression. Short, sharp skirmishes break out, each one a test of will and endurance. The victor remains, the defeated slinks away to recover and perhaps try again another day. But even the strongest stag cannot fight forever. The repeated battles begin to sap his energy, his breath coming in heavy gasps as he rests between confrontations. As the sun dips below the hills, fatigue sets in, and the champion's head droops, his stamina waning. Scars from past battles mark his flanks, each one a reminder of the price of dominance. Watching from the shadows is an older stag, his fur tinged with grey, his eyes sharp and calculating. Though past his physical prime, this stag possesses a wealth of experience and cunning. His antlers are worn, his body lean, but his mind is keen. He knows the rhythms of the rut and the weaknesses of his rivals. He waits, biding his time, watching as the younger stags exhaust themselves in battle. Hidden in tall grass, he conserves his energy, knowing that patience can be as powerful as strength. He observes the royal stag, noting every sign of fatigue, every falter in his step. The tension builds as the two stags finally face each other, a battle of minds as much as muscle. The old stag remains still, gathering his strength, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. He knows that victory will come not from brute force, but from timing and strategy. At last, the opportunity arrives. With a thunderous roar, the older stag issues his challenge, and the exhausted royal stag is compelled to respond. The two stags approach, their bodies tense, antlers lowered in preparation for the final duel. Their antlers lock in a violent clash, muscles straining as each tries to overpower the other. The struggle is fierce, the outcome uncertain. The younger stag, weakened by earlier battles, begins to falter. In a critical moment, he loses his footing on the slick, dew-soaked grass. His hooves slide, and he stumbles, vulnerable for just an instant. The old stag reacts instantly, using his experience to exploit the opening. He lunges forward, twisting his antlers, to strike his rival's side with precision. The blow is decisive, inflicting a serious wound and forcing the younger stag to retreat. Defeated and in pain, the royal stag limps away, his reign at an end. The cycle of dominance has shifted once more. The old stag stands tall, victorious not through brute strength, but through patience and wisdom. He claims the territory and the harem, his triumph a testament to the intricate balance of power, strategy and survival that defines the red deer rut in the wild heart of the Scottish Highlands. In the heart of the Madikwe Game Reserve, the African Elephant Society is shaped by a powerful and perilous transformation. Musth, this phenomenon is not just a surge of hormones, but a pivotal event that ripples through the entire elephant community. Musth is a period of intense hormonal change in mature bull elephants, marked by testosterone levels soaring up to 50 times their normal amount. This surge triggers not only aggression, but also a dramatic shift in social dynamics. Bulls in Musth become unpredictable forces, their presence sending ripples of tension through the herds. Younger males and even other mature bulls keep their distance, aware of the volatile energy radiating from the Musth bull. The physical signs are unmistakable. Swollen temporal glands behind the eyes, oozing a thick tar-like secretion. This not only signals Musth to other elephants, but also marks territory and status. The swelling causes intense pressure and pain, leading to severe headaches. Bulls in Musth often shake their heads or rub against trees, desperate for relief from the discomfort. For the Musth bull, the world narrows to a single overwhelming drive: the search for receptive females. His size and strength are at their peak, making him a formidable presence on the savannah. As he moves through the landscape, his scent and behavior alert other elephants. Matriarchs lead their herds away, forming protective circles around calves, while rival bulls prepare for confrontation or retreat. The Musth bull's trunk, capable of lifting over 600 pounds, becomes a tool of both power and intimidation. He demonstrates his strength by uprooting trees or tossing heavy branches, sending clear warnings to competitors. When two bulls in Musth cross paths, the air crackles with tension. Each is driven by the same biological imperative, and neither is willing to back down easily. The confrontation is ritualized, a display of strength and dominance. They size each other up, ears flared, trunks raised, temporal glands streaming. The standoff is a test of will and muscle. Each bull pushes forward, their massive bodies straining, tusks clashing in a thunderous collision. The battle is fierce but rarely fatal. Elephants, despite their aggression, instinctively avoid life-threatening injuries. The loser, recognizing his disadvantage, retreats to fight another day. The victor asserts his dominance, claiming the right to mate, while the defeated bull withdraws, his pride wounded but his life spared. For the defeated, retreat is a survival strategy. He leaves the territory, his musth fading, and rejoins the ranks of bachelor males, waiting for his next chance. For the herd, peace returns. The musth bull, now dominant, may join the group briefly, but his presence is always watched with caution. The cycle of musth is a vital, if dangerous, part of elephant society, shaped by competition, respect, and the ever-present pressures of the wild. In the end, musth is not just a test of strength, but a crucible that forges the social order of African elephants. It is a time of risk and opportunity, where every bull must face the challenge and every herd must adapt to survive. Amid the maze of blue rooftops and sunlit stone, the Hanuman Langur monkeys carve out their own kingdom in the heart of Jodhpur. Each troop is a tightly knit family, their bonds forged by daily cooperation and constant vigilance. At the center stands the alpha male, a vigilant guardian, and the sole mate for all the troop's females. His authority is absolute, but always contested. The alpha's rule is a daily battle. He must constantly scan for threats, both from within and outside his troop. Young males, once they reach maturity, are expelled from their birth group. These exiles form bachelor bands, known as lost boys, lurking on the fringes. Their strategy is simple but ruthless. Unite, observe, and wait for the perfect moment to challenge the reigning alpha. The lost boys watch from a distance, studying the troop's routines, searching for signs of weakness or distraction. When the time is right, they launch their assault, swift, coordinated, and chaotic. The alpha, known as the captain, positions himself defensively, using his size and experience to block the first wave of attackers. Langurs rely on agility as much as strength. Leaping across rooftops, they evade and counter, turning the urban landscape into a battlefield. The captain uses every tactic he knows, charging, feinting, and isolating attackers to protect his troop. But the lost boys press their advantage, encircling him, forcing him to split his focus. Their numbers allow them to swarm, attacking from all sides, overwhelming the alpha's defenses. The rooftop erupts into a blur of fur, teeth, and desperate cries, a test of endurance and cunning. The captain's strength is formidable, but the relentless attacks begin to take their toll. While he fends off one challenger, another strikes from behind, exploiting every opening. The coordinated assault wears him down, his movements slowing as exhaustion sets in. Finally, a younger, stronger bachelor seizes the moment, overpowering the weary captain in a decisive clash. The old leader, defeated, retreats, his reign ended in a matter of minutes. Now exiled, he must navigate the city alone, stripped of his family and status. The victorious challenger claims the troop, asserting dominance and beginning his rule. The troop, shaken and wary, must now adapt to a new hierarchy and the changes it brings. The new alpha's first act is grim but strategic. He seeks out and eliminates the infants sired by his predecessor. This act, though brutal, is a calculated move to erase the old bloodline and assert his genetic legacy. With the infants gone, the females quickly cease lactating and return to estrus, ready to mate with the new leader. The new alpha wastes no time, mating with the females to ensure his own offspring will soon fill the troop. In this way, his genes are secured and the cycle of competition and survival continues. In the wild heart of Jodhpur, every takeover is a testament to the relentless strategies and shifting alliances that define Hanuman Langur society. Each year, the African plains become a stage for one of the wild's most breathtaking dramas. Over 1.5 million wildebeest and zebra surge across the savannah, driven by ancient instincts and the promise of fresh grazing lands. But the journey is a gauntlet of hazards. The most treacherous challenge awaits at the riverbanks, where the water conceals a deadly threat. Nile crocodiles, silent and patient, lie in wait. For the crocodile, this is a season of abundance. Perfectly camouflaged, it remains motionless, only its eyes and nostrils breaking the surface, reading every ripple and vibration as herds gather at the edge. These ancient reptiles, some reaching 20 feet and weighing over 2,000 pounds, are built for ambush. Their armored bodies and immense jaws are the product of millions of years of evolution. Beneath the surface, the crocodile's world is one of patience and precision. It can remain submerged for hours, lungs carefully rationing air, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When the opportunity comes, a special valve in its throat allows it to seize and drown prey without swallowing water, a vital adaptation for survival in the river's murky depths. Far from the African rivers, in the lush grasslands of India, another armored giant faces its own daily trials, the great Indian rhinoceros. With its single horn and thick folded skin, resembling plates of armor, the Indian rhino is a living tank, built to withstand both predators and rivals. These herbivores, weighing up to 6,000 pounds, roam the grasslands in search of food and water, their size alone deterring most would-be attackers. Yet, survival is never guaranteed. Rhinos must constantly defend their territory, using not just their horn but also their sheer bulk and aggression to ward off intruders. Hidden within their massive jaws are razor-sharp incisor teeth, capable of inflicting deep wounds, an unexpected weapon in their arsenal, crucial during territorial disputes. Back in Africa, the river crossing becomes a test of nerve and instinct. A zebra, sensing the lurking danger, hesitates at the water's edge, every muscle tensed for flight or fight. Suddenly the water explodes. A crocodile launches itself from the depths, jaws snapping shut on the zebra's leg. For the crocodile, this is the culmination of hours of waiting. For the zebra, a desperate fight for survival begins. Panic surges through the zebra as it thrashes and kicks, the river churning with the struggle. The crocodile's grip is relentless, its mind focused on dragging its prey beneath the surface. But survival often demands the unexpected. In a flash of instinct, the zebra turns on its attacker, lashing out with its teeth. It bites the crocodile's eye, one of the few vulnerable spots on the armored predator. The pain is immediate and intense, forcing the crocodile to loosen its grip. In that split second, the zebra breaks free, scrambling to the safety of the riverbank, wounded but alive. The crocodile, momentarily blinded, sinks back into the depths, awaiting its next chance. Meanwhile, in the Indian grasslands, a different kind of battle unfolds. Two male rhinos, each determined to claim the best territory, square off in a tense standoff. The invading male steps forward, challenging the resident bull. Both animals know what's at stake: access to food, water, and potential mates. Instead of a horn-to-horn clash, the fight becomes a brutal contest of biting, each rhino using its powerful jaws and sharp incisors to inflict damage. The defending male targets the intruder's flank, his teeth slicing through thick skin, leaving deep, painful gashes, a clear message that this territory is fiercely protected. Bloodied and battered, the challenger finally retreats, the cost of persistence too high. The victor stands his ground, his wounds a testament to the harsh realities of survival. As the sun sets, the dominant rhino resumes his patrol, ever watchful. In both Africa and India, survival is a daily struggle, each animal relying on instinct, adaptation, and sheer willpower to endure the relentless challenges of their wild world. Survival in the wild is a relentless contest, not just for the giants of the animal kingdom, but also for the smaller, often overlooked creatures. Each has evolved remarkable strategies to thrive in their unique environments. In the endless white of the Arctic tundra, the landscape is shaped by ice, wind, and the seasonal arrival of millions of snow geese. These geese form tight-knit colonies, fiercely guarding their nests against any threat. For the Arctic fox, a small but cunning predator, this annual gathering is a vital opportunity. Weighing just 12 pounds, the fox relies on stealth and patience to outwit its avian neighbours. The fox faces a formidable challenge. The geese unite to defend their eggs, launching coordinated attacks to drive the intruder away. Far from the frozen north, in the sun-drenched meadows of southern Europe, another drama unfolds among the wildflowers and tall grasses. Here, the praying mantis reigns as a master of disguise and ambush. Its leaf-like body allows it to blend seamlessly into its surroundings, waiting motionless for unsuspecting prey. The female mantis is especially formidable, known for her aggressive and cannibalistic tendencies, sometimes turning on her mate if hunger strikes. Males approach with extreme caution, balancing the drive to reproduce with the constant risk of becoming a meal themselves. Rival females, too, may clash in fierce battles over territory or food, each equipped with spiked forearms and lightning-fast reflexes. In watery realms, territorial disputes are just as intense. Along the muddy coasts of eastern Africa, the mudskipper stands out as a true survivor. This amphibious fish has adapted to life both in and out of water. With the ability to breathe through its moist skin and use its pectoral fins to walk, the mudskipper explores the mudflats in search of food and territory. When two males meet, a standoff ensues, each determined to defend his patch of mud. The resident mudskipper raises his vibrant dorsal fin in a bold warning, signaling his claim to the territory. If the warning is ignored, the confrontation escalates into a physical contest, with snapping jaws and shoving matches across the slippery mud. Back in the Arctic, the geese's collective defense initially forces the fox to retreat, their numbers overwhelming the lone predator. But the fox is adaptable, changing tactics and searching for a weakness in the geese's defenses. By isolating a single mother goose, the fox increases its chances, harassing her until she is forced to abandon her nest. The fox seizes the moment, raiding the unguarded nest and securing a meal. Among preying mantises, rival females may grapple in a deadly embrace, each using their spiked limbs to overpower the other. Sometimes the contest ends in a draw, with both combatants retreating to avoid serious injury. On the mudflats, the victorious mudskipper flings his rival back into the water, securing his territory in this miniature but fierce battle for survival. Across the vast tapestry of our planet, from the golden savannas of Africa to the icy reaches of the Arctic tundra, the animal kingdom is shaped by a cycle of conflict and balance that is as old as life itself. Here, every creature, whether a mighty polar bear or a nimble Arctic fox, plays a part in a story of survival, adaptation, and hope. When elephants clash in thunderous battles, or leopards stalk their prey with silent precision, or even when tiny mudskippers duel in the mudflats, these are not random acts of violence. Each confrontation is a thread in the intricate web of life, a test of strength, wit, and resilience. These moments are nature's way of ensuring that only the most adaptable and resourceful thrive, passing on their legacy to the next generation. The fierce battles for dominance, between rams on a windswept hillside or lions vying for control of a pride, are the ultimate expression of the will to survive and the hope to continue a lineage. When a new lion challenges for leadership or a pride welcomes a new ruler, it is not just a struggle for power, but a renewal of life. The strongest, most cunning, or most determined individuals earn the right to shape the future, ensuring that each new generation is better equipped to face the challenges of an ever-changing world. In the quiet forests, stags lock antlers in ancient ritual, and the victor stands as a symbol of hope for the herd. These contests are evolution in motion, a relentless but vital process that strengthens species, fosters diversity, and weaves resilience into the very fabric of life. Beyond the individual, these conflicts ripple through entire communities. Herds move across grasslands, predators and prey, locked in a delicate dance that maintains the balance of populations and resources. Territorial disputes, like rhinos defending their domain or mudskippers sparring in the shallows, ensure that resources are shared, never exhausted in one place. These boundaries, drawn and redrawn through struggle, are nature's way of keeping ecosystems healthy and vibrant. Predator and prey, locked in pursuit and escape, sharpen each other's instincts. Even when the antelope escapes the lion's charge, both emerge stronger, one for surviving, the other for learning. This constant challenge keeps populations robust and ecosystems in harmony, preventing unchecked growth and scarcity. In every corner of the wild, from lush rainforests to vibrant coral reefs, the enduring cycle of conflict and balance is the heartbeat of nature. It is a testament to the interconnectedness of all living things, where every action shapes the world in ways both seen and unseen. Each encounter, each ripple of cause and effect, reminds us that nature's struggles are not battles of good versus evil, but the ongoing story of life striving to endure. Behind every breathtaking scene lies a powerful, hopeful struggle, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the animal world. This timeless cycle of conflict and resolution is not only necessary for survival, it is the very force that drives the astonishing diversity and beauty of life on Earth. In every challenge there is hope, in every struggle the promise of renewal, and so the wild endures, ever balanced, ever magnificent. In the heart of South America, where the world's largest tropical wetland sprawls across the horizon, an ancient rivalry unfolds. The Pantanal, teeming with life, veiled in mist, and alive with the calls of hidden creatures, sets the stage for a silent, suspenseful duel Jaguar versus Caiman. Here, the Jaguar is both a shadow and a force. Its rosette-covered coat blends seamlessly with the dappled sunlight filtering through twisted gallery forests. Every step is calculated, soft paws pressing into the marshy ground, amber eyes fixed on the glassy surface of a quiet lagoon. The Jaguar's power lies not just in its strength, but in its patience. Hours may pass as it waits, muscles coiled, for the slightest ripple to betray the presence of its ancient adversary. The Caiman, armored and alert, drifts beneath floating lilies. Its eyes break the surface, scanning for threats. Within these murky waters, the Caiman is both predator and prey, a guardian of the shallows and a master of sudden violence. Its strategy is simple but effective: remain motionless, let time and camouflage do the work, and strike with explosive force when opportunity arises. But the Jaguar is undeterred by armor or water. Unlike any other big cat, it is a master of the aquatic hunt. With a sudden burst, it plunges into the water, jaws wide. The Caiman thrashes, jaws snapping, but the Jaguar's bite is precise, aimed at the vulnerable base of the skull. The struggle is fierce, a flurry of scales, water and fur. Each encounter is a test of tactics. The Jaguar's stealth and crushing bite against the Caiman's armor and powerful tail. The Pantanal itself is a living chessboard, shaping every move. Seasonal floods transform forests into labyrinths of islands and channels, pushing both hunter and hunted to adapt. When water is high, Caimans disperse, and Jaguars swim far in search of scattered prey. As the land dries, both are drawn to shrinking pools, each encounter more intense, more desperate. Around them, the wetland pulses with life. Capybaras graze on the banks, giant otters slip through reeds, and scarlet macaws flash overhead. Yet the Jaguar and Caiman remain locked in their ancient contest, a cycle that keeps their populations in check and the ecosystem in delicate balance. In the Pantanal, survival is not just about strength or cunning, but about understanding the rhythms of water, the patterns of prey, and the silent signals of the wild. Here, every encounter between Jaguar and Caiman is a testament to the fierce intelligence and adaptability that defines nature's greatest survivors. Their rivalry is a living echo of the wild's enduring power, a reminder that the struggle for life in all its beauty and brutality never truly ends. In the sweeping valleys and snow-dusted forests of Yellowstone, a timeless drama unfolds, one of cunning, endurance, and raw power. Here, in North America's most iconic wilderness, grey wolves face off against the mighty bison, enacting one of nature's most challenging hunts. The wolf pack, family bound by blood and necessity, moves as a single coordinated force. Keen eyes and twitching noses scan the endless herds that graze across the open plains. Bison, colossal and unyielding, are no easy prey. Their sheer size, thick hides, and thunderous hooves present a formidable defense, but wolves are undeterred, for survival demands ingenuity. The hunt begins with observation, patience, and a silent council among the pack. Wolves test the herd, seeking weakness, a limping calf, an old bull, or a mother distracted by her young. Every movement is calculated, every glance a signal. The pack fans out, flanking the herd, probing for gaps. Suddenly they surge forward, erupting from the shadows. The bison react in a storm of muscle and panic, the herd churning into a defensive phalanx. Horns outward, calves shielded in the center, but wolves are masters of endurance, relentless in their pursuit. They harry the herd, forcing it to run, testing the limits of each animal's strength. A chase can last for miles across icy rivers and over wind-swept hills. Wolves take turns at the front, conserving stamina, never breaking formation. It is a contest not of brute force, but of stamina, teamwork, and psychological pressure. The weakest bison begins to falter, slipping to the edge of the herd. Now the wolves close in, working as a unit. Some distract and faint, while others dart in to nip at heels and flanks. The bison's defenses splinter under the relentless assault. With a final, coordinated burst, the wolves isolate their target, bringing it down with precision and collective strength. As the snow settles and the herd regroups, the wolves share their hard-won prize, reaffirming the ties that bind them. Their strategy is a living testament to cooperation, intelligence, and the deep-seated instincts that shape Yellowstone's wild heart. In this ancient contest, there are no guarantees, only the ever-shifting balance between hunter and hunted, strength and strategy. Here, in the shadow of geysers and beneath the gaze of watchful eagles, the dance of life and death continues, echoing across the vast and untamed landscape. On the sun-baked islands of Indonesia, an ancient reptilian dynasty reigns supreme. Here, in the rugged wilds of Komodo, Rinca, and Flores, the Komodo dragon is both monarch and marauder, a living relic armored in scales and armed with a predator's cunning. Within this island ecosystem, competition is fierce and unending. Each dragon, a solitary titan, prowls the rocky hills and tangled forests, drawn by the scent of carrion or the promise of prey. The air shivers with anticipation as two giants cross paths, a standoff charged with primal energy. They size each other up, tongues flickering, bodies tensed like coiled springs. Territory is everything. A patch of shade, a clutch of eggs, or the remains of a recent kill can spark a confrontation. With a sudden rush, the rivals lunge, massive tails whipping, jaws agape, claws scraping against the parched earth. The clash is brutal, a display of raw strength and dominance. The victor claims the spoils, while the vanquished retreats, licking wounds and pride alike. This relentless competition shapes the very fabric of the island. Smaller dragons lurk at the fringes, quick to seize scraps or flee from the giant's wrath. Even scavenger birds and wary wild boar play their part, weaving a complex web of survival. Each encounter, each contest echoes through the tangled underbrush, reinforcing the hierarchy that governs life and death. Yet for all their ferocity, the dragons are also caretakers of balance. By culling the weak and consuming the dead, they prevent disease and nourish the land. In this crucible of competition and coexistence, the Komodo dragon endures, not just as a fearsome predator, but as a keystone in the ever-evolving story of the island's wild heart. In the frozen expanse of the Arctic, where ice floes drift in a restless sea and the wind howls with unyielding ferocity, a different kind of predator rules beneath the waves. The orca, black and white, sleek and powerful, is a master of both intelligence and teamwork. Here, survival is not won by brute force alone, but by minds honed to outthink and outmaneuver. A pod of orcas glides silently through the icy water, their movements perfectly synchronized. Each member plays a role, scouts scanning for prey, matriarchs guiding the hunt, calves learning the ancient tactics passed down through generations. Their quarry a lone seal resting atop a fragile sheet of ice. The pod assembles with silent precision, communicating in a language of clicks, whistles, and body gestures, a code known only to them. They circle the flow, calculating, strategizing. Then, as one, they surge forward, creating a wave that rocks the ice, threatening the seal's tenuous refuge. Again and again, the orcas repeat the maneuver, working in concert until the ice shatters and the seal is swept into the frigid water. But the hunt is not over. The seal darts desperately for another flow, but the orcas anticipate every move, herding it with practiced skill. It is a ballet of intellect and instinct, a testament to the power of collaboration in the harshest of environments. At last, the pod's patience is rewarded. The seal is claimed and the pod shares the prize, reinforcing the bonds that make them such formidable hunters. In this realm of endless winter, the orca's legacy is not just one of fearsome power, but of extraordinary intelligence and unity. Together they conquer the Arctic's challenges, a living testament to the brilliance and adaptability of nature's most enigmatic predators. Beneath the relentless sun of the Kalahari, where the sands stretch to the horizon and danger lurks at every turn, a small band of survivors thrives through unity and vigilance. Meerkats, tiny, agile, and endlessly curious, form tightly knit clans, their very existence a testament to the power of cooperation. At dawn, the colony emerges from its intricate network of burrows, drawn by the promise of warmth and the need to forage. But in this unforgiving land, every venture above ground is a gamble. Jackals slink through the grass, eagles circle overhead, and cobras twist silently among the roots. For meerkats, survival depends on more than just speed. It demands constant awareness. One by one, sentinels take their posts, standing tall atop mounds and shrubs, eyes scanning the horizon. Their bodies are still, but their heads turn with every whisper of the wind. Each sentinel sacrifices its own safety, watching for the faintest sign of danger, while the rest of the clan scours the sand for insects and grubs. A shadow glides across the ground, a martial eagle on the hunt. Instantly, the sentinel sounds the alarm, a sharp staccato bark that slices through the morning air. The response is immediate. Foragers freeze, then scatter, diving for the nearest burrow entrance. The eagle swoops low, but finds only empty sand and a fleeting blur of tails. The crisis passes, and the colony resumes its routine. Roles shift seamlessly. A new sentinel takes up the watch, while the previous guardian rejoins the search for food. This rotation continues throughout the day, a living choreography of trust and teamwork. In the heart of the Kalahari, where the margin between life and death is razor-thin, meerkats endure not by strength or stealth alone, but through an unbreakable bond of mutual vigilance. Each sentinel's call is a promise. Together, we survive. And so, the clan persists, ever watchful, ever united, against the wild's endless trials.